Throwing now is Breeze. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it's a second down. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion, beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
Dumps it off for Spiller, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be third down. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. They come out here in the I. Breeze going to try and throw on third down. It's complete to Flanner. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They toss to Ingram, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Ready. 4 down. 5.
Back to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Third down now following the completed pass. They come up in an offset I. He'll look to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. The 20, Brandon Cooks. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow. So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And quickly, they get to the line. He's back to throw. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne, fighting through. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
So that last penalty means that the offense has to deal with a 3rd and 18 coming up here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net. But they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
They come out here in the eye.
Ready? 5-5. Kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Right. You waiting?
Back to throw, Breeze. The guy's man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On second down, they run with Stewart. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Six yards to go here on second down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Ready, 5-5. Like 50, like 50. Undercut.
Another pistol look here. On second down, here's Breeze. Brought in left side by Snead. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And the cutback to the sideline. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I know it's all smiles on the offensive side of the ball right now, but you and I both know the entire mindset was just pick up the 1st down. What do you call that? One of those gravy plays?
Gravy, absolutely. They got more than they bargained for.
Love the way it turned out for them. Couldn't imagine going into the play that they thought this would be the end result.
Yeah, the defense got to be shaking their head, though. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Dumps it off for Spiller. 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Well, this is really simple. Let's just say it. This quarterback is on fire. Touchdown after touchdown throwing the football. What a day for him.
Well, 60 minutes wasn't enough, partner. We needed overtime, but what a gutsy victory.
Brandon, to win one in overtime, I think it gives you a little extra bounce, a little extra juice around your facility for the next week. And for the team that got beat, oh, that's tough to recover from.
So for New Orleans, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss here will move them back to 5.